Okay, Kiranjeet, let's take a look at these essays. You've got the sale of shoes. Remember that it's really helpful to us if you can include the image of the graph or chart that you're referring to. This way I can kind of, tell you, make basically my correction more detailed. Nonetheless, I found it, so I will refer to it, but just include it here. It makes life a lot easier for both of us. All right, let's take a look at what you said here. The bar chart. Okay, we don't call it a bar graph. We call it a line graph, a bar chart, a pie chart. But this is a bar chart. So, the bar chart depicts the sales of brown and black leather shoes in 9 European countries for the year 2018. The units are measured in thousands. So, lowercase, and without the. Comparing the sales of all the countries for both types of shoes, Hungary is the largest seller of black leather and Poland of brown leather with about 140,000 and 130,000 respectively. Sales of brown leather shoes in Hungary, Poland, and Germany are almost similar, between 130 and 140,000. Really? Let me take a look at that. Okay, yeah, so it's accurate. So in selling brown shoes, Belgium is at the bottom with only 10,000, whereas France's sales are about 7 times more that of Belgium, but still is the second lowest among all the other countries. Okay, fine. Let's see. Did you mention all the countries here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I hope you mentioned the remaining countries in the next paragraph. Let's see. In the UK, Belgium, Hungary, and Italy, black leather shoes are were preferred over brown ones. However, this is opposite with other countries. Italy is in second place for selling black shoes with sales slightly over 100,000, although Hungary and Germany are at the same place in the case of brown shoes. All right, this definitely needs more data for black. All right, you talked about so much data here for the brown leather shoes. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 pieces of data here. Here you have very little. Okay, you just told me that Italy is in second place with over 100,000, but you've told me very, very, very little about the data for black leather shoes. Overall popularity of brown leather shoes over black can be seen in between European countries, except for a few of them. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about another problem with this essay here. So you've got these 9 countries, right? What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to talk about the key features, the key information here. Obviously, black and brown leather shoes, that's considered key information. But the other pieces of information that are key are the actual names of these 9 countries. And from what I could see in your answer, you did not include them all. So here's what I found. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only found 7 countries, so it looks to me like you didn't mention Holland at all, and you didn't mention Ireland at all. Now, that's not to say that you needed to go into any sort of particular detail about those countries, but you did need to at least mention them by name, because we know that there are 9 countries, but we have absolutely 0 information about them since you didn't say anything about them. We don't even know what countries they were. They could be a lot of different countries, basically. Okay? So this is doing a real disservice, because anyone trying to kind of visualize this graph now doesn't know what these 2 countries are and has no information about them. Okay? So what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. Here are the band descriptors to help us with what that means. So if we're looking at task achievement, take a look at this. Does not cover all key features or bullet points. Okay? So look what that means. 4 for task achievement, because you're missing key features. One of the key features is for sure, at the very least, the names of the countries. Okay? And let's say the examiner gives you the benefit of the doubt. even so, look at this. Look what the 5 says. Key features presents but inadequately covers key features. So worst case scenario, we're looking at a 4 for task achievement. Best case scenario is a 5. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that your word count was good. I like the way you organized your answer. You had a paragraph for the brown leather shoes. You had a paragraph for the black leather shoes. That was a good way to do this. But you absolutely needed to include more information. This was really low on data. There was almost nothing about black leather shoes. And you just need to say more. And as I said before, you needed to at least mention the names of those other countries. Let's move on to your task 2 about the Olympics. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated about not the less important, about the diminishing importance. That would have been a great word here, meaning that it is becoming less and less important. Okay. So, about the diminishing importance of the Olympics in the 21st century. Some believe that this is not the case. And personally, I strongly agree with this point of view. This essay will argue the reasons behind this and demonstrate points to prove the argument. Fine. So you disagree. You think that the Olympics remain important. Okay, fine. First of all, there is ample evidence that there are many other options with people to entertain themselves. This is because people are more inclined towards the in-country games. Okay. Such as T20 cricket, soccer, and NBA that are easily accessible and do not require to travel a lot. Thus, this saves your time and money. For example, recent empirical research demonstrated that people spend less time in going out to watch such games due to their busy schedules and less capability, that's awkward, and lessened capability to spend. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that they are, what is not? They. Who is they? What is they? That the Olympics are not relevant for the current era, where people barely have time to spend with their own family. Okay, one thing I would have liked here is I would have liked a clearer topic sentence. So something saying that the Olympics are no longer relevant because we have so many other local ways and local sporting events to entertain ourselves with. So make this clearer here. Okay? So first of all, there's ample evidence that there are many other sporting options that are available locally for people to entertain themselves. Okay, so something like that. Then the rest of it is fine. Okay. Moreover, these types of sporting events require a lot of finances to conduct them. The reason behind this is that every time different countries are chosen, the reason behind this is that every time different countries are chosen to organize them, each time a large amount of money is spent on security, structure, and other facilities. As we know, after these events are over, these places are barely used for any other purposes, and the governments have to spend massive funds on their maintenance because it's these places. It sometimes can bring the governments not under debts, but it can create a fiscal crisis, essentially a financial crisis. So it can sometimes cause a financial crisis to the government. Consistent with this line of thinking is that it is unfair for the taxpayers because our money is utilized for entertainment rather than creating employment opportunities. From the examples and arguments given, I strongly advocate that Olympic Games are not very important as they need large investments. No comma after all, though. So, although these create some employment opportunities, they are for a short time. The after-game effects are quite disadvantageous for the local people. Okay, let's see. So, essentially, the less importance. All right. So, basically, let me see if I understood this correctly. You are against the Olympics. You think that they are not valuable, that we should be spending this money on other things. That's what I understood from this entire essay. Let me see if I misunderstood or if I did something strange with your introduction. You said that people have debated the lessening importance of the Olympics. Some believe that it is not the case. that they're not, the importance of them is not becoming less, and I agree. So according to what you wrote here, it's as if you're saying, no, 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 the Olympics are not less in importance. They are just as important as they used to be. That's what I understood. But your entire essay talks about how the Olympics are, in fact, not important. So I'm really confused here. Either I misunderstood your introduction or you had a problem with your introduction somewhere. But it certainly, what I understood doesn't match what happened in the development of your paragraphs. So you essentially said again here that no, it's not worth it. That even though they do create some jobs and, you know, there might be fun or whatever, it's just not valuable, really, and that things could be spent in other ways. All right, so I want you to clear that up for us, see what happened here. Maybe it was some sort of misunderstanding with your introduction, but definitely that's something you have to look at, okay? Go ahead and correct these. Let's see another set of essays from you. I know your exam is coming up, so let's get to work and see what you write in your next set. Good luck.